Hello everyone, I'm Freaky and welcome to the video. It's that time of year again. Yep, it is the month of Halloween and you know what that means. Yep, a top 10 video. Now before I get into this video, there's just a few things I want to say. Number one, in the previous years I have made a few more videos that's just like this. There was the top 10 Asian horror movies, top 10 top lists for Halloween, top 10 scary TV series, and top 10 media hoaxes that fooled its audience. So if you guys want to go and check them out, please do. And when it comes to this year, I am going to do the top 10 horror animated YouTube channels. And I'm not going to lie, the stories these YouTube channels make is pretty damn good. The stories, the animations, the narrating, they're all pretty damn good in my opinion. Ghost stories, monster stories, stalkers, murderers, and so on and so on. There are a lot, and I mean a lot of animated stories on YouTube. And some of these stories are freaking legendary. Different art styles, different types of music they use, they're all just all around great. And before I get into the list, there's just one thing I want to say. This list is my opinion, and if your favorite animated horror YouTube channel isn't on this list, then I do apologize. And to the YouTube channels that is watching this video, if your channel isn't on this list, I mean no disrespect towards you and your YouTube channel that makes animated horror stories. It's either that I haven't heard of you, or I haven't watched that many of your videos that left an impact on me. So if your YouTube channel isn't on this list, it's my fault, not yours, because I haven't watched enough of your content, or I didn't even know that you existed. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. And remember, this list is for horror animated channels and nothing else. It's for the YouTubers who have the best horror animated YouTube channels. So anything non-horror won't be on this list. And also, when it comes to this list, some of these horror channels have a lot, and I mean a lot, of videos to choose. So you guys will have to browse for yourself to find videos to watch. But when it comes to this list, I will give a few suggestions of videos for you guys to go and watch for each of these channels. And again, they will be my opinions. And so, without further ado, let's resume with the list. This is the top 10 horror story YouTube channels. Here we go. Mort. Now, this channel is very similar to another channel that I'll get to later. And basically, this channel also follows the formula when it comes to videos. And when it comes to this channel and its stories, they can be a little bit graphic if you were to look at the thumbnails. And some of these videos are based on either urban legends or true stories and other types of storytelling. And sometimes they would have stories that revolves around the hot topic of the month. You know, like lockdown stories, Valentine stories, etc, etc. And again, some of these stories can be very graphic and sometimes a little bit upsetting. Like for example, the Dunkin' Donut video, where this man stalks and harasses two girls in a Dunkin' Donuts. And yeah, sometimes it ends badly for some characters. I have to admit, some of these thumbnails look really creepy. And sometimes I would just listen to what these stories were saying while I was doing other things. So I didn't actually watch the animation, I just listened to what the narrator was talking about. But that's not to say that the animation was bad. The animation was pretty damn decent. So if you guys was to have a look, you can clearly see some very disturbing thumbnails. Again, this channel has compilations and some really good stories, urban legends, disturbing ones, stalkers, etc, etc. And I think my favourite one, from what I can remember, is the episode 3 OnlyFans Horror Stories Animated, and it's the second story, Lost Soul. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about this. Let's move on to the next one. And the next one is Martin Animations. Now, what I love about this channel is the narrator. Now, even though the previous and future videos have great narrators, the narrator in these videos stick out so much. He sort of has this mellow, scary voice, which I think suits the tone of the videos. And yeah, this channel's animation is kind of like the previous channel, but hey, what can you do? And again, he has compilations, he has some disturbing thumbnails, he has so-called true stories. I'm not sure if they are true stories, but hey. And the narrator, I just love this guy. And to be fair, there are a few narrators on this channel. It isn't just the one, and they sound freaking awesome. I just love the mellow tone these guys give while they tell the story. And again, most of these stories are about either stalkers, murderers, and by the sound of some of these stories actually sound like they're real. I'm not saying all, but some of them do. And if I had to choose which one is my favourite would be the Joseph Fritzl case. And this story is based off a real case that actually happened. And you know what? I really do like these sort of stories where they reenact real life cases. So yeah, creepy but mellow narrators and all around awesome. And again, they do have creepy videos, you just need to look through them. And so let's move on to the next one. And the next one is Merrily Horror Animations. And when it comes to Merrily, she does stories either on the current thing or their Japanese stories or Japanese urban legends, and sometimes she does stories on SCP and even some from horror movies like The Candyman, and sometimes urban legends from other countries like Serbia. And I'm telling you guys, that video about the Serbian dancing lady was so freaking awesome. That one is my favorite. Again, she does urban legends from all the way around the world, current things that she animates like TikTok. Heck, there's even one with Siren Head on ya. She mostly has supernatural stories, and this is the one that you guys want, because when it comes to Halloween, you want something scary, you want monsters, you want magic spells and legends and so on. These videos on Merrily Horror Animations are definitely the videos that you guys want to watch this month. I really should get around to watching her other stuff. I haven't seen them all, but the ones I have watched makes me want to go back and watch the others. Because again, because of that video of the Serbian dancing lady, that one was really good. And so with that said, let's resume with the next one. And the next one is Horror Shorts Party. Now, when it comes to this channel, everything is exaggerated in terms of its thumbnails and its stories and animations. And get this, they actually use characters from other franchises and use them in their horror stories like SpongeBob and American Dad and Family Guy and so on and so on and so on. And you know what? The animated stories that this guy has are a freaking wild ride, using characters from other series, using storytelling to show true events, the exaggerated animation. This guy is absolutely freaking brilliant. And I think my favorite video is 3 True Morgue Horror Stories Animes, and it's the second story, and that story really was disturbing, and the second one was good too. But like I said, all of his videos are all out there. I mean, come on, he's got a story with the Toy Story characters, and they're brilliant. And unlike the last 4 segments, these stories have ghosts, characters from other franchises, true events, disturbing visuals, all different types of art styles. This channel is freaking awesome. I just love this channel, I really do. And again, he has compilations. And so that said, let's move on to the next one. And the next one is Urban Legends Animated. Now, when it comes to this channel, the animations in the videos as this sort of style where the characters would move, but not in the traditional sense like you would see in 2D cartoons. But you'll have to watch the videos in order to see what I'm talking about. And when it comes to the stories of Urban Legends, I'm going to assume that all the stories revolve around Chinese legends. They do have this Chinese feel to them, and you know what? They're very enjoyable. They're either vengeful spirits or spirits that need help or want to help people, and sometimes they can be mysteries, and some of them even have series for them. And I think my favourite story is The Resentful Mother Ghost, and basically it's about a man who helps this ghost get revenge on her daughter-in-law. And there was this other video called Ghost Saving People, where this ghost of a woman saves people from drowning. And also, they're very suspenseful as well, and the storytelling is so freaking good. And they're mostly superstitions, you know, with ghosts, ghouls and goblins and curses and so on and so on, all based in Asian urban legends. I just love this unique style of storytelling when it comes to these videos, and the narrator is awesome as well. So I highly recommend you guys go and check out this channel, especially if you want ghouls and goblins in your stories, considering it's October. And so let's move on to the next one. And the next one is Nightmare Tales. I really love the style when it comes to its animations. It sort of reminds me of Urban Legends Animated, except it's more colourful and a little bit more exaggerated. And just like some of the other channels, this channel also talks about Japanese monsters and legends and so on, but not all of them. Some of them are either retellings that's already been told, and some of these stories have twists and turns, and oh, what a twist! Some of them have Western stories, and there are a few series or part 1s and part 2s, and yeah, some of them are supernatural, well, majority of them anyways. And my favourites are the 3-parter The Well, The Little Man, The Talent, Teke Teke, especially Teke Teke. You guys will love the Teke Teke one. And there's The Banshee Forest, part 1 and part 2. There's The Lighthouse Keeper, Mr. Longfingers. There's The Accident. There's Onibaba, the 8-foot-tall lady. There's Gozu, the Cowhead. There's The Elevator Killer. And there's Baku, the Dream Eater. And the Skeleton Woman. And there's The Leech. And of course, The Parts Kana from Hell. In fact, all of his stories are fan-freaking-tastic. They can be scary, suspenseful, they're just all around fan-freaking-tastic. But if I had to choose 5 of what's my favourite, it would be The Talent, Teke Teke, The Well, The Accident, The Elevator Killer, and The Skeleton Woman. Fantastic. And so, let's move on to next one. And the next one is animated horror flicks. And what I like about this channel and its videos is 1. Its animation is CGI, and 2. It has this soundtrack called Moonlight Rising, and the music is just so friggin' beautiful. It feels so 80s. And when it comes to the stories, they too are also creepy. Some of them even have SCP stories in them. But I think my favourite top 5 stories are: number 1, Devil's Island Part 1 and 2, number 2, The Night Shift, number 3, Creepy Night at the Office, number 4, Horror at the VHS rental store, and number 5, Gorgon's Ghost 1 and 2. And he's roughly got around 55 videos on his channel, so if you guys got time, go and watch them all. And I'm telling you guys something now, they are very, very creepy. And when that music comes on, it just makes you feel so good inside. And the narrator is so mellow too. So yeah, I highly recommend animated horror flicks. I'm telling you, I cannot get enough of that soundtrack, Moonlight Rising. It just sounds so 80s, it's just really, really good. And so, let's move on to the next one. And the next one is IMR Scary Tales. And I'm not gonna lie, more than half of the stories on this channel are suspenseful, disturbing, and scary. And man, the jump scares, the freaking jump scares. I mean, seriously, the animations can be disturbingly scary. You have supernaturals, you have SCPs, you have stalkers, and you know what? They're all freaking great. I have so many favorites on this channel. So many, in fact, I wouldn't be able to get through all of them. And they have so many twists and turns when it comes to their stories. And if I had to choose a few favorites, and that's saying a lot when it comes to this channel, because I really do have a lot of favorites when it comes to this channel. But I think the best video for you guys to start is a video on their channel that's almost 17 hours, and it has 140 horror story animations. So yeah, they're all creepy, they're all disturbing, and I think they're mostly Western horrors than Japanese horrors. So yeah, this channel is definitely one of the scariest horror story animations channels out there. I give it a 10 out of 10. And so, let's move on to the next one. And the next one is Onesie Entertainment. Now, this guy is my go-to guy when it comes to his stories. And this channel has everything. Well, almost everything. He doesn't have disturbing visuals like what IMR Scary Tales has. But other than that, Onesie has nearly everything. Suspense, tragedy, plot twists, stalker, murderer, superstition, SCP, urban legends. He has Japanese stories or Asian stories in general, or Western stories. And this guy also has compilations. And by the time this video came out, he would have most likely reached nearly 1,000 videos on his channel. They're all good, so I highly recommend you guys go and check out his videos. And here are my favorites. There's True Creepy Hitchhiking Horror Story Animated, which is great. There's The Woman on the Bus. There's True Psychopath Horror Story Animated, the first story. There's True Scary Story About My Dreams and My Past Life. There's I Found a Little Girl at the Street. There's True Police Officer Horror Story Animated. Those are the few that are my favourite. And he's almost posting every single day. And the narrator varies. I think my favourite narrator in the stories is the deep voiced narrator, the one that does the hitchhiking story. Again, he's not the most goriest or the most disturbing in terms of visuals, but Onesie is one of the best horror channels on YouTube, and he is definitely worth a watch. And before I go on to number 1, I just want to give a few honourable mentions. Number 1, Broccoli Animations, MJV Studios, and SSG Animations. These 3 were considered to be on my list, but they kind of sort of add this sort of same style alongside the ones that I've put on this list, but I decided to put others in their place instead. So if you guys want to go and check them out, please do. And so, let's move on to the final one. And number 1 is Llama Arts. And when it comes to this channel, I think this was the channel that started the whole horror animated stories genre on YouTube. So yeah, the horror animations that you guys watch today is all thanks to Llama Arts. And his horror stories animated are classics. The eerie music, the narrations, and when it comes to my favourite videos of his is The Smiling Man Animated. Number 2, True Pizza Delivery Horror Stories Animated. Number 3, The Night Shift Stories Animated. Number 4, Hide and Seek Stories Animated. And number 5, True Snowstorm Stories Animated. Number 6 is House Sitting Horror Stories Animated. And these stories aren't the only ones that are good, but every one of them are good as well. Scary, suspenseful, classic, and not only that, but they're also relaxing to listen to as well. Well, that's if you watch them over and over and over again. You can just listen to them without even watching them, they're so good. And the animations is also good too. It all started with Llama Arts, and we have him to thank for the horror animated genre on YouTube. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about horror animated stories. Now, if your favourite horror channel was on this list, then don't worry, this was just all my opinion, and it doesn't mean that your favourite animated horror channel is inferior to mine. And when I mean mine, I mean my favourites. But is there one I missed? Is there a horror channel that uses animations that you guys want me to be introduced to? Then please let me know in the comments below and I'll go and watch them. So yeah, those are my top 10 horror channels for you guys to go and check out for this Halloween or for this month. Do you guys like this list? Or do you think certain channels should have been at certain numbers? Please let me know in the comments below and let's get a discussion going. I'm Freaky, happy Halloween, peace out. And please don't forget to check out my other social medias. Please go and check out my alternative video platforms, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Twitch, and please come and hang out on my Discord server. We can play games, have a movie night or a series night, or you can watch me play a few games. And if you guys have any suggestions of any videos you want me to react to, or any video ideas in general, you can tell me on my Discord. I'm also on Twitter, Gab, Getter, and Paula. I'm on Locals, Tumblr, Minds, and if you guys want to support me, please go and check out my Subscribe Star. It's like Patreon, but better. All these things are in the description box below, so please go and check them out and subscribe to them. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out.